Howdy. It's Lonnie Ray Williams with the Independent American Patriots. And been a little while since my last video. And many of you know I'm also a pig farmer, homesteader, so don't always come to you in a nice polished environment. And you'll probably hear my dog having a conversation with the goats and carrying on about how I need to put things away and do things and go into our evening mode for the farm. But I thought it more important that I have a conversation heart to heart with those of you across America and discuss the current situation that's going on. And what I mean by current situation, I mean the current situation where our government, our Federal Bureau of Investigation, Department of Justice, Central Intelligence agents, many of our politicians and national non-governmental associations, prosecutors, judges even, have turned against the people. I am hearing complaints across the country from many people who lawfare is being enacted against them by their own government. There are, in addition to the people that I know of, there's also the national stories that many of you guys have possibly heard of. The gentleman in Montana who is now in jail because he had a single shotgun with 6 rounds in his own home, trying to defend himself against a neighbor who tried to light his mother on fire. And once he made it through the state justice system saying, look, I have a right to defend myself in my own home, then the federal government comes in, and now that man is in jail. Just one example. We have situations across the country where our own children are being sex trafficked and sold into slavery. Virginia comes to mind, just stories maybe you guys might be familiar with. There are people across the country where our own government, our own institutions are coming against us. And if you say anything, if you raise any concern, then they will shut your whole life down. There's a gentleman took a stroll in the Capitol protesting, and now his whole livelihood is shut down as of recently. One of many. There are thousands of patriotic, good Americans behind bars because there are communist Marxist SOBs who are in charge of this country. Now let me make it perfectly clear to you. They are coming after you. There will be no salvation. There will be no, well, they'll leave me alone if I just comply. They don't care about you. They don't represent you. And if you think we live in a land of freedom and opportunity, you better get your gut checked and look around you. They're coming against we the people. They don't care about we the people. And you sitting on your fat butt doing nothing is not helping anything. Get up, do something, or just die. You're wasting the breath of liberty in this country. You're no better than an old Tory supporting redcoats. We live in a nation of frickin' cowards. You're all too afraid to stand up. You're too afraid to stand for what's important. Well, you know, if I say something, then they'll probably arrest me. You don't live in a country of freedom. You've complied yourselves out of your own free will. You are afraid. Republicans are just as bad as Democrats, so let's not even go down that one, okay? They're all corrupt. Wherever there's a politician standing up for what's right, he's not in office. There's a lot of them that talk a big talk, but they ain't got the stones to throw down and do what needs to be done. They're cowards. There are military generals who gave their entire lives who are now cowards. Soldiers, every one of my brothers in arms sitting around doing not a damn thing. Cowards. Every last one of y'all, cowards. Sitting at home, not doing anything. Cowards. Now I hope this makes you all mad. And I hope that there's just a flaming rage. It's about time you get angry over something. Somebody calling you out over the truth because you're too scared chicken crap to do anything. Coward. Does your family mean something to you? Yeah, but not enough for me to do anything. Coward. You don't deserve your family. You don't deserve this country. And pretty soon, y'all ain't going to have any food. Oh, the government will take it. No, they're not. Cowards. Every last one of you. Get over yourself. If you do not stand and let your voice be heard under the First Amendment, now you have nothing left. Cowards. Feckless cowards. When's the last time you've been to a city council meeting? Anyone? Anyone of you out there? Put in the comments. Cowards. County commissioner meeting? Any of y'all testify in front of the legislature on anything? Any of you guys stand up for anything in your own community? Cowards. I'm not talking about some freaking keyboard warrior. Bunch of mental masturbation. You running around on social media thinking that it actually accomplishes anything other than making you feel like you did something. What's been happening in this country? While you guys are sitting around on Twitter sphere, X sphere, whatever it's called nowadays, making yourselves feel all important because, oh, I complain about that idiot. Yeah, but you don't have the right to do anything about it anymore because you're a coward. Frickin' coward. Does that hurt you? Make you angry? Prove me wrong. Stand up and do something. Go to your state legislature. Go to your senator, your congressman. Tell them how you feel. Tell them you're not going to do it anymore. You got a local judge in your area handing down bad policies. Protest him in his house. Name him. Shame him. Let your constituents know around you that you have someone in your neighborhood that's a piece of crap and needs to be thrown out. Or go to jail. Throw your hands up. Cuff them. Take me away. Screw that. Okay? We're done with this garbage. Y'all sitting there while patriot after patriot is getting thrown in jail. Y'all sitting on your fat butts doing nothing. Stuffing your face with food you can't afford. Taking on debt you shouldn't have taken on in the first place. You say you can go on some vacation, buy something you didn't need. $700 a pair of Italian frickin' shoes. Try eating that next month when you don't have any food. You think it's not coming? You talk to some real farmers in this country. Starvation is coming. This winter. And it very well will likely be your family. Will there be food on the shelves? Yep, but you can't afford it because there's not that much. 3 million barrels a day oil is our deficit right now as a nation. Unsustainable. So when we're out of the petroleum reserve, which is supposed to be reserved for war, where's the oil come from? We're still 3 million barrels upside down every day. Y'all don't see what the heck's happening right around you. There's not enough gas. There's not enough oil. There's not enough food. There's not enough anything for everybody because they have put policies in place to prevent us from providing the things that we need to provide. Bank accounts across the country are being shut down because somebody doesn't agree with the way somebody believes, this and that, all the way across the country. Insurance companies are kicking good people like me out in the middle of nowhere off of insurance because of fire hazard. There is a frickin' fire every year in the woods. It's natural. Has been for thousands of years, will be for thousands of years. And the reason that there's so many frickin' forest fires, you dumb idiots, is because you've reduced the amount of board feet coming out of the woods so that we have nothing but fantastic fat trees all over the place standing on top of each other. What do you think is going to happen in a fire? You don't let us thin it. You don't let us maintain it. And then you call it climate change? No, it's called dumb bureaucracy. Y'all need to wake up. Now, many of you know me that I've been fighting for liberty and freedom in Washington State for a while. And many of you know me now on the national scale. I'm not done fighting. I'm not going to go down like some frickin' coward. I'm going down with my frickin' boots on. Now, I may be an old soldier and I may have this hard head that might be got beat into me by some old drill sergeant that says you take that frickin' hill and you don't back down. Or maybe my daddy who put me on every horse he had to break and I was the guinea pig. Either way, I might have a little bit of a nerve up my butt that some of y'all don't. But I wasn't always that way. As a young person, there was a coward in my life. There was a afraid young person in my life. Still, I have anxiety issues. I got all sorts of problems in my life that I had to conquer and still have to conquer every day. I'm a disabled veteran, I have physical issues, I have memory issues. I got lots of challenges in my life. None of that's going to hold me down from standing for freedom. But you know what I see around me? A bunch of my veteran buddies sitting on their ass, not doing frickin' shit. Now I'm livid, and my language is going to be, well, this video will be limited because of that. So y'all have to share that message with anyone like-minded. And I'm sorry if my language offends you, but you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care if you're offended. If you're offended by my language, but you're not doing anything about your liberty and freedom, shut the hell up. Get off my grass. Go put your flex cuffs on. Go to an indoctrination camp and sit down and shut the heck up and stop breathing my air. You're wasting this free, beautiful, wonderful air. I'm so livid at my fellow Americans sitting around not doing a dang thing. So livid with everyone else trying to say, well, I actually have the perfect plan, but it requires everybody do exactly what I say. Shut the hell up. That's not an American plan. It's a freaking communist plan. The American plan involves the individual Americans getting up and doing what they know best, what God tells them. Not following your stupid plan, not following my stupid plan or anybody else's stupid plan. I'm here to empower you as an individual to get off your butt, find the liberty in your heart, and a little ounce of courage, and stand up for what your founding fathers gave you, a chance to be something in this life. Now, this winter is coming. And if you don't have food storage, you will starve. It's a fact. If you don't have a means to protect yourself, you might get killed for what little you have. There is a whole series of several generations who are entitled, or at least that's their opinion, that they're entitled to everything. And when there's nothing left to give them because it just isn't there, what do you think is going to happen in this country? They already throw temper tantrums just because you can't figure out how to pronounce a stupid pronoun that they want to call themselves that they're really not. That's how delusional this world is. We can't even agree anymore that an X and a Y chromosome is a man and an X and an X is a female. That's called science, and that's called trusting the science. But no, we can't have that conversation. Just for that, I'll get another ding on this video. Too much freaking common sense. Ding. Too much honesty. Censorship. So I can see it all coming, and I can see all the old girlfriends from 20 years ago. Oh, you're a terrible man. Yeah, so what? Whatever I did back then, that's done and over with. I was a man whore. I had no respect for people. I have no problem admitting that. I'm not proud of it. But I believe in the doctrine of forgiveness and moving forward, and just like our founding fathers did. We grow up. There are some people who don't. But we can't be held accountable for what we did as young. We need to stop this. We're barking up the wrong tree. We're tearing each other to pieces. If you don't think this way, then you suck. Okay? Let's come back to the idea that Thomas Paine said. We're all freaking Americans, all right? Now, before Thomas Paine, this whole country couldn't stand each other. We had 13 different colonies, wanted to beat each other to crap. 12, but who's counting? Vermont was a little slow. Long story there. Point is, it wasn't until one man came along and said, look, we may have many differences. We may not be able to stand each other for a lot of different reasons, but what makes us unique is that we're all Americans. We all live on this continent of America. And our ancestors came here because they want to raise their own family in their own way, means, traditions, faith, without interference from anybody. Because they want the ability to answer to what the Lord's telling them to do. That's what this nation was founded on. This nation isn't founded on your education district or school district telling you how to raise your children, or your health district telling you what to stab into your children, or your government telling you who you should vote for and what you can and can't do, or this is a First Amendment zone and this isn't. The Constitution has no frickin' limitations. Full stop. And anyone who thinks they do, get out of my country. Leave now. One way or another, you're leaving. Now, you can send your guys in full battle rattle up against me if that's the way you want to play this. I don't care. 3 square meals a day? Torture me? I don't really care. I know where I'm going. God's got my ticket. I'm cool. Screw you. But I'm not going without a fight. And I'm ready at 3 a.m. I'm ready at 2 a.m. And when you come and knock down my door, you better make sure that you got 150 freaking cars out there and every one of them armed. I'm a damn good shot and I'm going to take out every one of you if you come against me, against my liberty and freedom, and I don't care. Now, I'm not looking to go out there, but I believe in a man and his castle. And y'all stepping on everyone's castle across every place across this entire country right now. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is going on knocking on doors. The ATF kicking on knocking on doors. Everyone's coming down knocking on doors and they're arresting every last patriot and y'all sitting down doing nothing. Nothing. This video is not going to earn me any friends. I'm going to solidify a lot of people saying, oh, look at that radical out there. I knew he was a constitutional terrorist. I'm not shooting off any rifles. I'm not storming Fallujah. I'm not doing any of that. I'm running my mouth with what's called the First Amendment. Perhaps you've heard of it. I'm entitled to it. It's a natural law. And I don't really care if you believe in it or not. Shuffle on out. Get out of my country. Me and my battle buddies, we stood up for this dang country. And I'll be damned if their blood, sweat, and tears is for nothing. Or mine, for that matter. Y'all have no idea the world of hurt that's going to come across you guys. Every one of you little idiots with your little badge or your little robe, black robe, thinking that you are the law, look up. God is the law. And he will pronounce his sentence. I'll be on the right side of that law. So will some of my good friends and patriots across this country. Now, I know this is going to make a lot of people mad. People within my own organization, people who know me, family. I don't really care anymore. You know what? I'm not going to be that coward like everybody else. I'm not going to keep my frickin' trap shut. I'm not going to sit here and take it while some other idiot arrests another idiot. Because they didn't stand up. One by one, every arsenal of every patriot and every patriot's being thrown in jail, while the crackheads, the rapists, and all the psychopaths are being let out. Y'all don't see it. I know this video is not going to go much of anywhere. Probably going to get me a few strikes, censored, and all that other stuff. So please copy it, share it, get it out there. Going to cause a whirlwind. That's all right. We either stand for something or we don't stand for anything at all. And I'm going to stand for liberty, freedom, to run my mouth, tell y'all how much you suck for not doing a damn thing. Go light your fireworks on 4th of July and call yourself a frickin' patriot. Shut the heck up and get off my grass. You want to be a real hero? Stand up for your family. Stand up for your faith. And don't let anyone else tell you what to do. Our government has violated the contract with we the people. It no longer has any moral authority to bind us. They're out of contract. Sound of freedom right there. I live in a real rural area where a lot of people do a lot of shooting just because they want to make sure that they stay frosty. So, food for thought for all you individuals who want to come up here and cause some havoc. Or anywhere else for that matter. There are Americans across the country who've had enough with that shiny little tin badge that these people are throwing away. You know what? Every FBI agent right now who believes in the Constitution needs to hand in their resignation at this very freaking moment. Every law enforcement official, everything, you stand up and you walk away from the whole thing. Well, I got a reason why I gotta stay. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Cowards, spineless, no principle. That's why you're wearing the badge and the big gun and the big full body armor. Because God forbid a pig farmer or anybody else run their mouth at you, you might be offended. You might crap yourself. America's so freaking livid with you idiots. And I'm not alone. I may be brave enough to run my mouth and call the FBI a big piece of shit. That's really sad. Used to fight for them, used to stand up for them. I trained FBI in Quantico, Virginia, in Mount in the 90s. I got some old slides. Remember that? You know, I used to think fondly of, geez, I taught these guys how to bring down bad guys. No. You know what I did? I taught the freaking FBI how to knock on your door and take away patriots. And I wish I could go back in time and kick the teeth in every one of those freaking agents' mouths. They do not stand for the Constitution. They do not stand for liberty. They do not stand for patriotism. They only stand for corruption, greed, and feeding their frickin' fat face. So, whatever it is, I've blown my top off, as is my First Amendment right. And like everything, I must say I do not condone violence. I do not support any racism in any way, shape, or form. I believe that we are all one people, created by God. However, that being said, I believe that God has endowed us all with the right to defend ourselves against tyranny by any means necessary. God bless you all. I hope you do something. It's almost over. There's not going to be many of us left if y'all keep sitting on the couch not doing a damn thing. God bless all those who stand for liberty and freedom. Apologize if it's a little bit rough for you guys, but you need a little bit of truth. Pull your frickin' panties up. Grab your cojones. And if you're a woman, slap your man if he's being a little wussy. Tell him to get his pants up and stand up for his family and be the man that you need. God bless y'all.